Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we will be talking about inflation and how inflation factors in our investment goals. To get started with, let us first understand what inflation is. Inflation is the devaluation of money over time. As money becomes devalued, the number of products that you can buy using the same money reduces. So it's not like that the product has changed, but the value of the money that we are paying with has reduced. Now let us look at at India's rate of inflation over the years. As you can see, the inflation rate here has varied from right from 12% in 2010 to as low as 2.5%. However, one thing is common. Every year some rate of inflation has taken place. Next, let us take a closer look at how inflation affects our investments and why we should consider it while planning our investments. I have here considered four classes of investments that people generally do. There is cash, savings account, the savings account, bank fixed deposits, and equity. It may consider of mutual funds as well as stocks. Let us consider that a person puts rupees 100 in all four of these asset classes over time for a period of 10 years. So as you can see now, cash has an interest rate of 0%. It has no interest rate. It will not increase over time. So even after 10 years, the value of the cash will remain rupees 100. That is, in 2030, the value will be 100. Now let's move on to the savings account. Usually a bank savings account gives a large bank savings account has an interest rate of 3 to 3.5%. Let's consider an interest rate of 3%. After 10 years, the value of the rupees 100 that the person has invested will become 1100. So there is a 1100% change in the value of the money that a person has invested. Let's look at a fixed deposit. The fixed deposit, the interest rates are about 7 to 8% in large banks. For 10 years, the money was deposited and the value of the money became 1380. So there is a 1300 percentage increase in the value of the money that was deposited. Next, equity we are getting about 12 to 15% when we invest in mutual funds or stocks, the index. Then the value becomes 1700%. So there is an increase in 1700%. However, this whole calculation is based on the fact that we are not factoring in inflation. Now let us see how inflation will affect our investments in the long term. We have considered an inflation rate of 6% here. We have considered an inflation rate of 6%. We saw that in the earlier chart. We have seen that the inflation varied from 2.5 to 12%. So we have considered a median, a 6% median for a period of 10 years. Let us see what happens when we factor in inflation. For the cash, there was no interest, so it will have to absorb the full force of the inflation rate. So after 10 years, the 100 rupees that a person had kept away in cash, the value of that money in 2030 or 10 years after will become 40. So there will be a negative 60% change in the value of the money. When I say the value of the money, the note will remain the same. The 100 rupees note will be the same. However, when you go to a shop to purchase something, the value will depreciate. You will be able to purchase products worth of value 40 rupees only. You will not be able to purchase products worth of rupees 100 anymore after 10 years. Similarly, and this might be a shock to some people, savings account, you are getting 3% interest in savings account. After you factor in inflation, 6 minus 3 will be minus 3 change. So after 10 years, the value of the money that the person has put in the savings account, it will actually decrease to 70%. It's a minus 30% change. Similarly, fixed deposit, it was 7%, it became 1%, 7 minus 1%. 10 years down the line, 1000% increase. And in equity, you can see 6%. 12% was the actual rate. When you factor in inflation, the rate decreases to 6%. 10 years down the line, it will become 1300 rupees, 100 rupees, and the percentage change is 1300%. Now there are two important outcomes of this discussion that we are having here. First is, if you are putting away cash and putting away large amounts of money in savings account, thinking that it will secure our future and I'll be able to retire of it. Well, this is the reality here. This will you're losing money every second your money is in the savings account or in cash. Next learning from this discussion is we are forced to, there is no other option for us than to invest in fixed deposit, fixed investments or in equity. We'll discuss about these two classes of investments in later videos. I hope you understood it. Thank you.